All right, we're going to step outside the norm just a little bit today. We're going to talk about some equipment that I actually carry with me daily on the boat. Whether it's my boat, whether it's my buddy's boat, no matter whose it is, it goes with me. If I'm on the water, I have this backpack with me. The reason why I purchased this new Yeti is the Panga 28 liter, and the reason why I got this one, it's a great size for everything that I need to carry. Most of the stuff that I'm carrying is just going to be emergency purposes only. It's not really going to be anything beyond that. I may throw a couple bottles of water in there or something like that, or a snack too, but it's not really going to be an overnight type situation thing. It's more or less for my emergency stuff, my POBs, and I'll show you everything I carry in first aid kits and whatnot that I just carry on board, whether it's my boat or someone else's. But I usually carry those roll-up dry bags that you see. Amazon has a dime a dozen of them, and you can buy them from different places. But I haven't had great luck. I've had the stitches rip on some. And then there's a lot of times when I'm putting my gear in there, such as my navigation that I run, a lot of times is going to be on my Samsung Galaxy, and I pack that inside of there too. And just the way it just, it felt like there's no padding, and just the stitching ripping on them. And like I said, I'm on my third dry bag, and so I wanted to try something a little bit different instead of wasting my money on a fourth one. But this here, again, is the Panga 28. I didn't see a lot of reviews on YouTube, so I kind of want to give a quick one. I've done a few little things with it, and I plan on kind of doing another review maybe in a year, and kind of go back over, if it's still in good shape like it is. But one thing I have tried, it is completely 100% waterproof. And when I say waterproof, I mean not just like it rained and nothing got wet inside. Take it, dunk it underwater, hold it underwater for as long as you feel like you want to, and then pull it back up and all the contents are dry, as long as it's zipped correctly and zipped properly. The zipper is a little stiff on it, but it is new, and I suspect it's going to stay that way to keep that waterproof seal too. It's pretty tight, but I kind of want to show the inside of it because, again, there's not a ton of reviews. Here on the inside, you hit this mesh pouch up top on the front side. I use that to kind of keep my quick access stuff. I keep a Garmin 66i on me, and I keep a PLB on me, and that's where those two items go, just because it's quick grab. Worst case scenario, something happens. I wanted a bright color, so I got the orange. I think this is king crab orange, and I wanted to have it bright colored, and I want to have it pretty quickly accessible, and I wanted to have that up top just in case I needed it. And all that stuff is waterproof, but again, it's all contained. And another good benefit of this thing too, testing wise, is as long as you're not weighting it down with a bunch of concrete blocks or bricks, it will float. For what I carry and for what I plan to carry, I don't ever see a reason why it ever wouldn't. But we got your side handles here on both sides and top handle, so pretty easy to handle other folks overboard, because a lot of my stuff is tossing overboard to somebody and everything else. But also on the inside, one of the cool features that I actually like this Velcro backing right here. You can use different setups, but Vertex is a good company that sells a bunch of stuff. They sell stuff even including holsters if you decide to carry. You can have a holster put in here, Velcroed on the side, strap in. They also care for a dime a dozen other reasons if you want, multi-tool holsters or anything else. You also have this one deep midway, it's probably about halfway up midway pouch that you can store stuff into. But again, I just kind of wanted to give a quick rundown of it. It's kind of like a thick canvas or a thick rubber style. It's not too heavy. It came in just under 4 pounds dry, and nothing too crazy about it. It's a fairly simple bag. It carries good, carries fine. And like I said, as far as for what my purposes are going to be, like I said, I'm carrying just a few items with me, and the few items that I'm carrying, stuff like this, first aid kits, a couple little emergency things, my radio, my backup radio, 66i Garmin, and then my ACR PLB. And I'll have like a bottle of water, a little snack in there that I'm carrying throughout the day. But this is it, and like I said, hopefully in a year or so I'll come back to it, because I'm pretty tough on products, not on purpose, but I tend to just, if I buy it, I use it, and I'm not really necessarily careful with anything. I use it for its intended purposes, and I plan to do the same thing with this and not hold back. And like I said, I'm not going to go out of my way to damage it, but if the event arises, like I said, it's going to be there with me. But like I said, for an everyday bag, I kind of went back and forth and settled on this Yeti Panga 28, and I think it's, like I said, I think it's just the perfect size for me. And but yeah, hopefully, like I said, in a year I'll come back and it'll still be in great shape. And if you guys have any interest in some of the stuff that I carry inside of it and stuff like that, just shoot a comment, things like that. If it gets any traction, I'd be glad to shoot another video. Just kind of sticking my neck out there a little bit, doing a few of these little reviews here and there in our spare time, and hopefully it helps somebody, because like I said, some of these items aren't, there's a few videos online, but they're just folks that are just paid endorsements to go out there and talk about it. This is something that we bought, and hopefully it's going to work for our purposes.